Alrighty, how's it going? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and today we have the Shadow Trooper with the Death Star environment from Hot Toys. Now this isn't a new design, and before we start diving into the pricing and everything, I want to show you all a release that's kind of similar. Here we have the Star Wars Shadow Trooper from A New Hope, which was released almost 10 years ago. Now, no idea why Hot Toys didn't call the latest release a release from A New Hope, but this one is from that particular movie, so I can only assume that this one is as well. Now, the major difference here between the Shadow Trooper and the Diorama and the Shadow Trooper is the Diorama. The price point for a figure released almost a decade ago is priced at $219 compared to $240, but for an additional $30, you do receive an updated figure, an LED light up, so I don't think it's all bad. Now, this figure is set to release this year, believe it or not, between June and September. The pre-order starts at $240, which means that NRD is set for $24, and your payments are starting as early as, hey, a couple of days. It's not a figure for me, but that's wow, that's kind of rough. I don't know if I could come out of pocket for a couple of these, but I really love that diorama. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I really do like that diorama display. It's really cool. But as we move on down here, we have the Shadow Troopers, which are elite specialized troopers fanatically loyal to the Empire. It's not really specifying where they're from, but we mentioned that previously. What's in the box? We have a pair of fists, relaxed hands, weapon holding hands, and one gesturing left hand. This is incredible right here. The gesturing left hand is okay. I'm still a fan of pairs, but the fact that you gave us common pairs of hands, it's a kudos from me. You also have the Shadow Trooper armor with the weathering effects, the utility belt, everything that's standard to a Stormtrooper. You get that, but you do get a couple of extra things here. You have two utility bags with a magnetic function, and you also get the colored pauldron, which we have seen for other figures in the past. By way of weapons, we have one blaster rifle, and we have the LED lit diorama display, and a specially designed figure stand with the character's nameplate. By way of additional details, this is going to be MMS 737. Now with that said, before we dive any further into this figure, let's go ahead and jump over on Facebook. Now, I like black figures, man. I like them. I just don't really like the Stormtrooper design personally, but this guy does look pretty good. I really like this look. He kind of reminds me of a Death Trooper, but I'm just not a fan of that Imperial look. But man, he looks tough. You gotta admit, man, even if this isn't your thing, this looks really good. I love how the flooring is sort of lit by the diorama display there. This is, oh, look at that. Wow, now this is a first. They're actually utilizing the Death Star displays from other releases here, and they're combining it with the graded design. Wow. Yeah, now that's smart. I like that. I like that. We need more of this. That's pretty good. Come to think of it, I don't think I have pitch black bases though to line up. I did like Moff Gideon's design, but I don't think I have bases that would match. Another thing that I do like on this figure, I love the look of the ammo pouches here on the thigh armor. That looks good. This design does look good, man. One, I don't have enough space. Two, I'm not really an Imperial kind of guy, but I like the weathering on him. He's not too pristine. I love all of the discolorations there. I wonder if oh no, it's not a ribbed suit, so I wonder if there's padding in this figure. I don't have the previous version, so I wouldn't know, but I do know that some of the older figures do have padding in them, such as Commander Cody, but that is a clone trooper, whereas this is a stormtrooper, so it's really hard for me to say, but yeah, I'm liking this. This is a really cool design. And oddly enough, I'm not going to complain about contrast because we have so much silver debris going on the figure, which I usually complain about that, but it's a decent amount to where it's not pitch black. An example would be the Death Trooper from The Mandalorian. Even though I really do wish that they were pitch black, the sand that's caked up in the grooves of the figure does a great job at making it stand out more. Again, as we look at the debris here on the figure, it looks pretty solid. I can't say enough good things about it. I wish I liked Imperial Stormtroopers. I don't. It's got to be a crime not to pose it with the diorama at this point. Shame for shame. So here we're at the final card. I'm really digging it. You got your pairs here. You just have one gesture. It would have been nice to maybe have another gesture there for the right hand, maybe a pointing gesture or something. That would have been cool. But the fact that you get your standard pair of hands, you have your neutrals, your triggers, and your fists. You've got your blaster. I don't know if that's going to be pleather or not. You have your LED lit backdrop as well, which from the previous video, someone did point out, I believe it was TK421, and I could be wrong, it might have been Funky Santa who pointed out the Death Star diorama backdrop here, which I thought was stuck to the base. This actually slide up and allow you to put the batteries inside of it. And it is unfortunate that it doesn't light up through a USB power connection. It would have been even cooler if the side there could connect to the other ones and give power to those as well, but maybe it's just a bit too much. But if you want to light these up, you're going to have to take it out of the display, slide that up, turn it on, put it back, go back in the collection, slide it up, turn it off. It's a bit, man. It's a job in itself. But this is really, really cool. Army building $240 cool though. This is a tough one for me to put my opinion on. I'm a clone guy. While I really love the look of this figure and the diorama, it's tough for me to personally say because I've not army built imps. And let me think, what clone did I buy? With some clones, you do get a little bit more. One example would be the 501st Battalion Clone Trooper. Now we're strictly sticking to the collector's edition versus the deluxe version because this one is $15 higher than the Shadow Trooper. So with this one at $220, and it's been a minute for this one, I'd say maybe, I could be wrong, 3-ish years. You're getting the jetpack, you're getting the effects, you're getting 3 weapons, the detonators. You've got a bit more going on here. So for me, this would be my go-to for $220, at least at that time. But you are spending that extra bit for the LED light up diorama in the back. It's hard for me to say it's worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in you guys' hands. I don't really know if I can have an opinion on this one. I'm not a Stormtrooper collector. I do admire pieces such as this one, but army building, it will be difficult for me to jump and say, I need 2 of these. So let me know what you all would do. Let me know what you think of the figure. Do you enjoy the look of the diorama compared to the styling of the figure? And is there anything else that you all would have wanted to see, or is it a perfect announcement in your opinion? Let us know down below. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors, and we'll catch you next time.